Braka, 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 y'all. Now y'all know I normally don't say this a lot. But I mean this from the heart. I told you in previous lives with my sister and her case in Pennsylvania, Jaquasia Ahmad, but it looks like Ahmad, all right, but that's how you say it, all right. She father is Muslim, all right. Shout outs, Assalamu alaikum, Yusuf Ahmad in Connecticut, all right. That's my step pops, very good man, good guidance that was in my life, all right. But today on that, I told you about that I was anxious to talk about this story because it's burning my soul, because we talk about these things all the time, about the pizza face guys and what they be doing, and now this is in my family, all right? And so I have a case in California, which we've been tearing California up, all right? I was just telling Miss Tucker here that, man, we've been talking about this, not knowing, oh, man, all this is going down, blah, 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 bam, how the spirit works. And we've been trying to do this for about a month. And I be busy, or I had to go off somewhere, or she be busy. And we're going to do this, all right? Because the court done did some fugazi stuff, like Chris Mo Israel. Remember when they put the 45 pounds of marijuana on him and tried to throw it away, the key, and he had nothing to do with that. I found out they be doing that to a lot of people in abandoned houses and land, and just to get them out of the way. But in this case, it's a child. And the stuff we talk about is ugly. All right? Okay, so I'm not going to say too much, but it's a lot of stuff, quote unquote, that DCF, that's what we call it over here. Some people call it DPS. Some people call it child.
California?
Yeah, what y'all call it in California? Huh? Who?
Child Protective Services.
All right. Now,
CPS.
CPS. Now, I need to do a sound check, y'all, because the Bluetooth on Messenger, it don't want to connect, and the phone that I got, the cord I got, I can't plug it up. So, say that whole sentence again. Yeah, say that whole, what y'all call it in Cali again?
It's called Child Protective Services.
Okay, now, if y'all heard her clear, give me a thumbs up before we go any further, because it's so important, you got to hear a story. So, she had just said something, and I want to make sure that I got the phone close enough. That's what we're doing, and so I don't got no extra speakers that I can hook up to with her. Like I said, my cord don't match none of them. So, I'm going to have her introduce herself, say the county and everything before we get into the story. And if I don't see no thumbs up, you don't got to put no heart. But if I don't see no thumbs up, then that means y'all hear her. Okay, so I'm going to introduce her. Her name is Miss Tyra Tucker. Miss Tucker, you have the floor. Just give them a general idea of who you are, where you from, and then when you stop, I'm going to look for them to do thumbs up to see if they can hear you.
Hello, my name is Tyra Tucker. I am the cousin of BC and Sawa. I live in Sacramento, California. The case takes place in Butte County with my daughter, Omunique Tucker, and her daughter, Mykah Porter.
Go ahead, keep talking, cuz I'm going to go on my wife's phone. As you talk, I'm going to be able to hear if I can hear you. Go ahead, continue with your story. Go ahead.
Yes. So, a year ago, my daughter was arrested in Butte County. And I was trying to get to my granddaughter before they took her into the system. But did they wait for me? No, they did not. They gave her to this caregiver that they call her, that my daughter was acquainted with, because once you have children in Sacramento that go into the system, you become a target. They took my granddaughter from my daughter from the hospital and gave her to this lady. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know why they did it, okay? So when they didn't give me time to get to my daughter or my granddaughter. So now here we are today. I'm fighting to get my granddaughter because I'm her maternal grandmother. They want her to stay with this caregiver. No blood to us at all. I have other family members out here that are blood that would take her as well. I have a disability. That's the only thing they can say about me. They've written reports stating that I'm very aggressive with my granddaughter. No, I'm not. I'm just old school. Okay? I've done all the classes that are necessary in Sacramento, but according to Butte County, I'm too aggressive. But this lady can have my granddaughter come to my house, check this out now, with no panties on. 3 times within this past year. Okay? I reached out to her attorney, my daughter's attorney, no avail. No responses. I'm trying to fill out a request report to be on remote because the Butte County in Sacramento is an hour and 45 minutes away. So I want to be on video. So I want to know how you guys are going to make plans to take away my granddaughter and my daughter's right to her daughter. Why? Could you get money? Could you get paid? My house is more than ready for my granddaughter to be placed here. You know?
Yes, ma'am.
Why? Because my granddaughter, this caregiver takes her on all these stupid trips like Disney World. I don't care about that. It's about genuine love. It's about giving her education. It's about making sure she uses her manners. It's about making sure she has her damn underclothes and not on her boyfriend's lap. She's only 5 years old. Who does that? But I'm aggressive? I'm her grand. Why are you trying to take her away from me? So here we are. I need an attorney, somebody to help me not let my baby go.
Every day, we talk about the laws and protecting children. Every day. Every day, the cases that people contact me with by phone, never by messenger, but by phone, text, or comment in a live. That's how I end up getting their number. I've heard about Cali and the snatching of the children. That's what we call it. That's what they do. They snatch the children. They take them away. They make up bogus stuff. As you heard her say, she comes to her house with no underwear, with no undergarments on. She's around a bunch of men. Like this. There's no men at her grandmother Tyra Tucker's house. She's the old ways like I am. Put the rod to that backside, like the Bible says. When you really out of character, not beat every time something's wrong. No. Tyra not even like that. She's disabled. I walked in and out. I don't know if she said this. So, you rushing a disabled person who is willing, house, no criminal record, nothing bad, and you wouldn't wait for the grandmother to get there? And it wasn't even long before she got there. That means you wanted to take the child. You thought that this was just some old case, like you hear me say. Wrong. Don't ever judge a book by its cover. Wrong people. We care for ours. So, the fact that she gets beat up in the foster person's care. Mind you, the foster person who is in care was with the mother during the times of whatever was going on that she's not even supposed to be in jail for. Let me say that one more time. YouTube and Facebook simultaneously running at the same time. YouTube, you missed a little bit. Here we have Miss Tucker, Tyra Tucker, in California, in the county Butte County, B-U-T-T-E. I mind you, the foster person is in everybody's business, and it's bad. She was there when the police was there to snatch the baby. Catch it? She's there saying all of these things against the mother that are not true. The mother then got her stuff that she's supposed to do that the warden and all of them asked for and passed with flying colors. I don't know if Tyra talked about that part. My cousin Omunique. For not herself, she'll tell you, I'm not doing this GED and stuff for myself. I'm doing it to get my child.
Exactly.
To the family, that is fucking growth. Excuse my language. So, the fact that I heard that, I was like, oh shit. She did a 360 on the nigga. So, I don't understand these allegations of what they're saying because you're trying to thieve and steal and cover up what you've been doing because the higher ups are into this now. They want to know what's going on. They keep feeding her lies. Oh, you got this, because they see nothing is wrong, but then they come up with bogus stuff. Oh, because she can't dance with her and she disabled and can't fucking walk like that? Are you serious? That's not even something that her granddaughter is Mykah. We call her Kai. She didn't even say that. She was staged to say that. Just like y'all know with the Bush story. It was staged to say that. Because children are innocent. They don't know no better than you give them a lollipop or promise them Disneyland. They'll lie till the panties fall off. That's the truth.
And why is she allowing this person, this foster mother, to be called the mommy? We don't do that. She's not her mother.
The child knows the difference who her mother, her grandmother is from the foster mother. Now, with that being said, do y'all not see the story? You know, if the Holy Spirit touch you, not to only share, but if you know people in high places, like you did for Chris Mo Israel, like you did for all the other people. I can't think of the Rastafarian name, the person we helped. I can't think of his name right now. Y'all did that. I just put the story out there. Y'all do the work. And here we are again. It's been a while since we got my sister. Thank y'all for those that shared, those that cared, and contacted. She told me, going to do whatever you're going to do. And here we got a more serious case. A child is involved in the hands of grown folks that only see a piece of meat. Now, excuse me when I say that, but that's how they look at her.
That's right.
That's not how we looking at her. That's why we coming on public asking for the public help. Because we, as they say, why didn't anybody call us and tell us? We done did that. And we back in worse. We can't even say square one. We worse than square one. Messing with you government people. Trusting the system. And people think I'm talking from a thug perspective when I say we don't trust the system. I was raised that way. But I wasn't no thug, neither was my family. They were church-going folks. They believed in the Christ. Some of them is Muslims. But they did no wrong. I don't care what you're barking. I'm looking at your actions.
That's right. I go to church every Sunday. This lady says she takes my baby to church. No, she doesn't. You ask her, Mykah, did you go to church Sunday? No, Mia. Why are you lying?
And I want to know the cahoots of the system and this lady, because they're trying to portray what's going on at the lady house on my cousin, if I can get this right, that she's aggressive with her. How's she aggressive? Again, she has cerebral palsy. Number one, who put the black eyes on my cousin? That's the question. Because it ain't coming from this house. Who, when she get there, we put her with undergarments immediately. She told the system this. She told the social workers. She told the judge. She told the state. The fuck more can we do? Excuse me. My language. Y'all know I get very aggressive when children is involved because I can't be calm in an ugly ass situation.
She told the social worker when I had a dress up here with, because I know she likes to have a little princess. That's how I found out. The second time, she didn't have no underwear on. The first time, she went to a bowling party with a dress on, a bowling party with no panties on, with a dress on? Really? How? Why?
And the
Why
sister,
is that okay?
y'all know the Cali laws. We went over it. It's on my YouTube reels. It's on my Facebook lives. You see, it's one thing to pull up a video on YouTube and understand that it's on the law. But when it hits your home, I say that even when I'm not going through things. Yeah, it's all right till it's in your house. And it's in my house. And I'm treating it the same way that I treat it when I walk and help stranger houses. I don't know what the outcome is going to be. I come in with a pure intent and heart, and I want things to work out for my cousin and her household as if she was a stranger to me. That's why I talk their language. Miss Tucker, or the Tuckers, the Tucker family, okay, including her mom, is doing what the state and them requested to do and pass with flying colors, both in and out of the cell. So what is the problem? Because she should have never been in the cell. Did you talk about that, Miss
Right.
Tucker?
What? She was supposed to only do county time, not prison time.
Because they want to cover
I
their
don't know.
tracks so they could take, you know, if you do county, you're going to get out and you can be a mom. But fed time, you know what I'm saying? They can paint an image on you. We already been through this, you know, it's just a female now. I've been helping males, you know, and I have given the group for the women, and the women, they go to the women. I'm not mad at that. Sometimes I don't even know what's going on until some man try to come in there and be disrespectful. But them women be holding it down. But this particular case, I got nothing but women. I got a grandmother, a mother, and a child that I just so happen to know I can tell you everything about them. It ain't always like this. But just right now, it is. And so, with California being pizza-faced pedos and wanting to do things with children and before children can even come out the womb, I'm not shocked. The questions that she brings, why they do, I'm not shocked. I don't live there, never have, I've been there. And that's why I ain't going back. I was in, you know, y'all know I'm a military, Navy SEAL. And I was temporary stationed in LA, the biggest base that is in California because it's a weapons base. And it's in the middle of nowhere in the desert. All right, you got to drive 40 minutes out in goddamn town, just a grocery shop. All right, if the next ain't got what you got on base, okay? The thing is 3 hours big, just to show you I'm no liar. All right? So, there's a club called Dubbins where all the entertainment and military folks go. So I was there, and I see the heresy. That was way back then. We're talking about 15, 20 years ago. It's waxed worse now. So I'm not shocked that Cali is trying to snatch and grab, but they're going to be shocked about the caring people that's behind this baby, that's behind this child. But that's not normally, people just be like, well, bump it, they gone. We ain't that type of people. Y'all know it, because they tried to get my journey. They tried to get my journey, and they told me, Polk County, don't never lose. So you're going to learn today. So they learn. Back to you, Miss Tucker.
Yes, it's like they don't want my grandbaby back with me. Why not? I'm only allowed to see her once a month. Once a month. His foster mother has her in all these so-called activities. But I don't care about none of that. Because at the end of the day, I want my granddaughter and daughter back together. I want my daughter to have her daughter back. My daughter is a good mother. That's why she was doing what she was doing to survive. No, was it right? No, I'm not saying that. Should she pay for her consequences? Of course. Her actions? Of course. But the way they did it was wrong. She wasn't supposed to go to prison. She wasn't supposed to lose her daughter for this. The daughter My granddaughter should be with her grandmother, who is her blood, who loves her. My daughter is a good daughter. I have a disability. My daughter has taken care of me as well.
Y'all, YouTube and Facebook, the piece of document paper that y'all been looking at, this is how you know paralegal is no good. They all sup and eat together. This is things her lawyer that they gave her is supposed to do. And he told her to do it. Back to you, Tyra.
Yes, I don't know nothing about the system. I've never been to jail. Nothing. I'm a military brat myself. I've traveled. My parents, did 20. My father did 21 years in the military. My daughter does not come from this, but okay, this is life. But geez, can we please help get my granddaughter back where she belongs with the family? What's gonna happen to her future? This lady don't care about my granddaughter. She drives around in the car and says my granddaughter gets car sick. No, she doesn't. My granddaughter told, no, well, you're speeding. Because when I look out the window, everything is going by the window so fast. That's what makes her sick. And then she'll say to me, oh, Miss Tucker, I got to work on her lying. She's not lying. She's trying to tell me what's really going on. She says, Mia, they don't love me. I can't brush my teeth. They don't let me brush my teeth every day. Mykah, did you take a bath? Sometimes. Why are they giving this lady my granddaughter? Why is her daughter, who is 12 years old, teaching my granddaughter how to knot up her shirt? She's only 5 years old. Put it on the back of her shirt so she can hold up, show her little stomach. We don't come from that. She's 5 years old. But does she know her ABCs? Yes. But does she know her sight words? Not as well as she should. She's a smart young lady, but she's being taught the dumb stuff. To me, she's preparing her to be a ho-ho. That's what she's teaching her to do. She's got beautiful long hair. Why is her 12-year-old daughter being responsible to wash my granddaughter's hair? Why is she allowed to cut my granddaughter's hair? This lady claims that that's my granddaughter. Why is she not taking care, overseeing what my granddaughter has on? Why is she letting my granddaughter sit on her man's lap? We don't do that. This lady has a 12-year-old, and her baby is going to be a year in April. And then there's my granddaughter who's 5. But that's not her blood. She don't care about Mykah. She's there for a check. That's what she's in that lady's house for, a check. She needs to be around her blood family that can teach her things, how to protect herself. She's got cousins out here that love her. If the 11th is when they make a decision on whether or not they're going to take my granddaughter from her mother and myself. Why? Is that okay?
Because the image that they're trying to portray, that is not true.
Exactly. We all made mistakes out here. None of us on this planet are perfect.
Say it again.
But this is an innocent little girl that does not know what this lady is doing. Like my cousin said, yes, you give her candy, she'll say anything. I see what's going on. And it's wrong. How could Sacramento approve me and say that, yeah, you can have your granddaughter, you should have her and other children in your house. And then Butte County is saying, I'm too aggressive. Why? Because they're too lazy to do the work. I was the one that got on the phone calls with the social worker and asked when and where are we going to start doing these visits for my granddaughter. I was the one that pressed push the social workers in Butte County to make sure we had visits once a month. I would show up sometime, and they would say, oh, after we drive 45 minutes away from Sacramento to Roseville, where the visit was, Miss Tucker, Carmichael, Miss Tucker, oh, by the way, the family has gone on vacation. What? Oh, I'm only a phone call away. Why didn't you respect me enough to call me and tell me these things? Did they do that? No. It's always been for the caregiver. I don't care. I'm her grandmother, her blood relative. Communication is the key. There's some underhanded stuff going on here, and I don't like it. Do I sound aggressive? Yes, because that's my family. If it was anybody else in my family, I would go just as hard. I'd be just as compassionate for this. A little baby. I potty trained her. I've been in her life. They're trying to act like my daughter never had her daughter. That's a lie. I got videos, everything.
We will be posting.
Yes, we will. So what I'm asking, Facebook, I need help. My daughter needs help, because at the end of the day, it could destroy me, it could destroy my daughter, Omunique, and it could destroy long-term her daughter, Mykah. We don't know what my baby's going through. She doesn't seem happy no more. Her hair, when she's with her mother, Omunique, her hair, her clothes, she smelled good, she looked beautiful. Every time I see her with this caregiver, she don't look like that. She's got clothes on that are too small, look like they come from the thrift store. Okay, thrift store clothes is fine. Can you iron them? Can they fit her? How about that? But you're taking her on all these family trips, saying it's educational because she owns 2 daycares. The daycares are awful. Awful. Why do I have to go? And I don't mind though, because it shows me that your daycare suck. Because I did daycare. My children ate 3 square meals a day, and they ate until they got full. She will tell you, well, I'm not feeding Mykah like that, because she wants to eat every 20 minutes. If you feed her properly, she won't want to eat like that. Why do I have to pick her up and make sure she eats their food? And then when we go do an activity, Sky Zone, whatever, fun, you know, you got to do fun stuff, especially while they're in the system, right? Then you got to take her out to eat again because she's hungry. But this lady is getting a check. You understand? Why are they saying that my granddaughter has emotional issues after she talks to her mother? No, she does not. It's all a lie. It's all a lie.
She don't want to leave your house when she come to your house, correct?
No, she does not want to leave. She cries. But then the lady will say, "Oh, but we're gonna go to the gym," and they coerce her. You know how you bribe children? That's what she does.
Right.
You know, and about why is she calling this lady mommy? That's not her mother. Talking about Mykah wants a family. She has a family. She could have gave her another name besides mommy. That's how I feel. And I need help, you guys. This is not no joke to me. It's very serious. Because she doesn't watch Mykah. When she goes, she put her in an all-boys cheerleading team. School. She cheers for all boys. What? We go there to watch her cheer, and she goes, "Oh, Mykah is very well known." Oh, she is? Why? I found out it's all boys at the school. So why is my granddaughter well known at an all boys school? Why? Is that okay? I don't care what her daughter, 12 years old, is doing. My granddaughter's only 5. At that time, she was only 4. Why is she well known at the school? All the activities that she's in, she's only in during the trial period. After that, she pulls her out. She pulled her out. She's not putting in no real money. My granddaughter don't like to read. None of that. She don't want to read. If she was with me, she'd be reading. Yep. She's too smart not to. I don't want my granddaughter growing up to be one of these little hot little girls out here, because that's not where we come from.
So not. And just like she said, let me flip the screen on him, Tyra. Just like she said, I know this to be true because I married my wife. And I got jokes, you know, I was joking, but I took that shit to heart because I'm like, I ain't like one of these pedos. But my mother-in-law, Ziza, Gloria Lamont, who is definitely like sisters with Tyra Tucker mom, Martha Tina Tucker, my aunt, the one y'all already know. You already know. Out-of-body experience and all. This is her. This is the lady. All right? She would tell you the fingers was on the bathroom. She would tell you I use all my Navy SEAL strength to open the door. I was like, Auntie, stop playing with me, man, if this is like you and Christ. And the door just said, bloop, and open. Because she had the thing that tell you every time a door open, front, back door, open. Boop. I was saying, I was like, yo, I don't know what kind of magical arts up there. I don't know. This is the lady, okay? And so, Aunt Tina say, keep my family together, no matter what. Then transformed on my ass. All right, went to heaven, harvest in paradise. She's her exact words. I love Jimmy. Jimmy transformed on me. I sat at the table with Christ, and I said, me and him made a covenant. I went to go pray to God. Y'all know, you know me here on Facebook and YouTube. I've never heard God tell me no. And I was like, what do you mean no? my wife over here boo-hooing and Tyra. And he was like, showed me the pictures of everything that my aunt had told me when we were riding in the car, taking her to the doctors. See, she's backing me up. She's telling you. All right. So I've had spiritual moments that I was not looking for. All right. So here we are now. Now I understand. This is about almost 20 years. I understand what she mean, keep my family together. I didn't know what she was talking about. I'm like, man, I'm a little kid boy. Better be a man. What are you talking about? You know the women in your family? Oh my God. So now I understand what she saw in me. This is a lady told me 10 years before I got online. Stop making souls wait. You supposed to be out here. I'm like, what is she talking about, bro? I used to go to town. I don't know what your mom talking about. I know she right. And then I finally got bold.
She said you had a gift. That's right.
She brought me out of sorcery. She took me to this Dana Mundoon. She said, if your wife don't want to go, you the head of the household, let's go. Aunt Tina could have told me anything, bro. I'd have been down. All right, just because she was around. That's the space that she give you, you know? She had put some boundaries now. You mess up and you ain't clean up. You get knuckled up, trust. But I say this because Z and her don't play with boys or girls in the lap of nobody. Women, men, if you ain't the mama, you can be the daddy. She gonna be like, hold on. But they ain't gonna say that to the mother. All right. You like, this kind of some biased shit, ain't But I didn't know the nasty levels the men. I'm being honest as a moralistic man. All right? I was raised by women, as you can tell. I ain't no soft-ass nigga now. I got that output just like any other male. But seeing the other side and actually becoming it, not no pansy, all right? Not no metrosexual. No, I'm still male, but my brain can understand to receive the soft, the beautiful, the explanation, the counseling, the understanding, things that your Bible tell you to do, basically. So, having that and seeing that in the feminine, I can see things quicker than my alpha, masculine, what they call it? It's not aggressive. It's called the reptilian mind. That's on the masculine, the wrath of God, which is called the destroying angel in our book, which is tied to God. There's two death angels. There's the one that reap, and then the one that harvests. Got to know the difference. So, they don't play that lap stuff. That's what she had said something, and I was like, nah, she right. Because I'm a stranger. I'm married into this family. Now I'm blood. But I remember the steps that I had to go through. Not just with Z, shit. All of them women like that. All right?
That's right.
I don't know you. Z know you, nigga. I trust Z, but you got to show me you're not that.
That's right.
And it's a lot of these women out there, all right? Nah, they just aunties and sisters. It's the cousins. It's all of them, the matriarch. They like I understood because I come from a family like that. If I was not raised by them women, I don't know if I would have made it. We're talking about strong women. Like a man. They can be a man if they need to be. You might even hear some of the sons say, my mama had to play daddy and mommy. Because daddy wasn't around.
That's right.
And that nigga better than if the father was around with a mother. Now, you know only God can do something like that. So I'm looking outside of this family. The Peters. The Lamonts. To be exact. To show you that. So when they hear this, they know I'm no lie. Okay, so I watched this. They got different religions. But I noticed they all get along. So you know what my argument was. Nah, nigga. Y'all got family, and y'all just as mine. Where he say Jesus, and he say Allah, I don't hear it. So we got past all of that. And then I got with Jamar. This is where I meet with Tyra. So when she say they don't come from that background, I'm telling you as an outsider that has been grafted in, what we would call as an in-law. They didn't, because I had to face this, whether it was Lamont's, the Peters, it don't matter. Their whole family is like this, okay? They're moralistic. Some might have father and mother. Some might just have mother. Some might just be with the father. But the ways is truly the same. All the way down. Jamaican side, Puerto Rican side. All right? Because they just not Hebrews. Okay? So I know this personally. And there's still people I have not even yet met. And I know I got to go through it. It don't matter that half the family say who BC is and he got a page. You're only as good as your last act that you show. Back to you, Tyra.
Yeah, so basically, I keep trying to think of this other organization she has my granddaughter in, Jack and Jill. Okay, that's all fine and good. But that's, again, a financial gain. That's a financial ploy that she won't have to pay into. Because she's going to use my granddaughter and her daughter as well to so-called put her in college. But guess what? We're not going to even speak it to that level. Because God's going to, I need you guys to help bring my daughter home, my granddaughter and daughter home. This trial takes place for them to take away my daughter, Omunique's rights, March 11th. Okay? The paper that I'm trying to get her to fill out is the request for remote appearance in order form. It's because I live in Sacramento. The case is taking place in Orville. That's still an hour and a half away. Okay? Why can't I sit there on remote, on video, and see what's happening? What's the secret? I just went to court for her on the 6th. Okay, in Sacramento, because I applied for guardianship. Because Buchanan gave me the option before they told me that they were going to side with the caregiver in Carmichael, the lady that has her. She lives in Carmichael, that's Sacramento County. They said, what would I do? Adopt her? Would I be willing to adopt her or take guardianship? I said either or. As long as my granddaughter stayed in her blood family, which would be me. So I went ahead, and they didn't tell me to do it. I went ahead and filed for guardianship. that's where Sacramento said, okay, do all the classes. I did everything, CPR classes, everything. I'm qualified. I got the approval. Here comes Butte County saying I'm too aggressive now. Come on now. So now I want to be able to sit on the phone call when they go to court, March 11th. I got to fill out this paper. Again, the request for remote appearance and order form. I've reached out to my a public defender since November. November, you guys, no response. One phone call conversation when my daughter went to court in October or the early part of November maybe, and said, I can't remember all the stuff, you guys, the dates for example, but if I needed them, I can find them for you. And he was like, oh yeah, Miss Tucker, I'm going to go in and say that Mykah is going to stay with the family, the blood family, because you guys get priority. Well, here we are. How many months later, I'm hearing Butte County is going in, social workers are saying, oh, we're going to side with the caregiver. The foster, you hear the caregiver, she's not even listed as a foster parent. The story that she gives about how she became a foster parent was her 6-year-old daughter told her to become a foster parent. For real? A child that's 6 years old is not worrying about nobody being their parent being a foster parent. You see the lies? So here I am, trying to fill out this paperwork. I've been trying to reach out to this attorney because the court is this Wednesday. I've been trying to reach out to him since last week about trying to be on this remote call for my daughter to be supportive and to hear what they're going to say so I can have a voice, so I can advocate for my daughter and my granddaughter. Because at the end of the day, my bloodline is going to be distraught. Is that fair?
Nope.
Her attorney hasn't come to see her while she's been in prison. My daughter's the one that has initiated for the social workers to be on call with her counselor in there, Miss Riddle is her name, in Chowchilla State Prison. Everybody that has talked to me about my daughter, oh, she's so well mannered, she doesn't belong here. I know that people make mistakes, but my daughter doesn't need to pay for this point like this. Not emotionally, no. She needs to get her daughter right. She's taken all her parenting classes. She's been working in there. She's getting her GED classes. Yes, she's doing what she has to do to come out and be a better person. Not that she was bad. She was just too busy trying to help everybody around her. That's what she was doing. Everybody that you talk to about my daughter will tell you a beautiful story about who she is. People make mistakes. And I'm not getting out here trying to blow smoke up nobody's behind, because I'm real about mine.
That's right.
That's my daughter. I know. She's me. She's me. She's very much like her grandmother. My parents helped people. That's what they did. They weren't selfish. They gave. If you needed it, they gave it to you. That's how my daughter is. That's how I am. And she shouldn't pay for this. And especially not supposed to have gone to prison. And you sent her there? Okay, that'll be a case too. We can sue for that too. So yeah, she's supposed to, when she gets her high school, her GED, she can get out. Hopefully, her set date is to get out September 29th of 2026. Okay? Completing her GED, she can possibly be out in April or the end of May. So, the court is on the 11th of March. Why are they trying to take her daughter away from her? That's not fair. I can say that again. Yes, she did some stuff. Yes, she had to pay for that. I'm not saying she shouldn't pay. Of course not. You do the crime, you do the time, but you don't lose your life. My daughter said, Mommy, the reason I did what I did was for my daughter. I was trying to give her the life that you gave me. Huh, what did that say? I never been to jail. I never stole. We don't come from that. But this is the world that these kids come from. Some of them because they want everything fast, fast, fast. I understand that too. Now she had to understand and learn the consequences of her actions. Why aren't they trying to give my daughter another chance? Why? I'm not a selfish person. I will give you the shit off of my back. That's who I am. That's who my daughter is. That don't mean she should lose her daughter, Mykah, behind this. I'll reiterate it again. Should she pay for what she did? Of course. Is she trying to be a better person? Yes, she is. Her actions, I'm not saying a better person, her actions, her decision making, is it going to be better? Yes. But in the interim, I want my granddaughter, her grandmother wants her granddaughter, Mykah, until my daughter gets on her feet and shows me that she's able to do what she has to do the right way, and then I would give her daughter back to her because that's her mother. Don't try to play the role because I'm disabled. I have a high school diploma, college degree as well. Don't try to downplay me because I'm disabled. Because I'm disabled, my granddaughter is not going to raise up at me. How about that when she gets of age? My daughter never raised up at me. That's where we come from. But that's what's wrong with the generation today. If you don't put that fear in them, that's what happens. But CPS, Butte County wants to say, I'm aggressive. Huh? How about that?
You was aggressive because they thought that they're not giving you the information that you wouldn't document that you want your grandchild. So you was aggressive to them and they shadow throw trying to make it look like something it's not. Which, again, I keep, like you say, reiterating your words. How she get a black eye and be bullied at the person of the foster home, but you say the grandmother's aggressive. Back to you, Ms. Tucker.
Again, if I wouldn't have said to these people, I need to know my grandparents' rights. I need to know what I need to do. Let me just one time I got it. I'm going to take the steps that are necessary. I'm not going to say, oh, well, she's in the system. Let this lady have her. No, ma'am. No, sir. And I'm 65 years old. I have no problems calling you ma'am, sir, whatever. Because that's who you are if you're older than I am. That's what I'm trying to teach my daughter, my granddaughter. Not, yeah. No, your manners have to be on point.
That's right.
When you open up your mouth, you speak properly, not using all the slang terminology. How are you able to use slang and you can't read and write?
Say it again.
Hello? How are you able to use slang and you cannot read and write? I told my daughter that when she was younger, I mean, you can't say it. Can you spell it? If you can spell it, you can say it. But it was never nothing crazy. But I'm just saying, no, kids have to have boundaries. And where she's at right now, there is none. There is none, you guys. She's being raised by this lady's 12-year-old daughter, who's a child herself, who, when adults are talking, her 12-year-old daughter's in the conversation. We don't come from that. A child stays in a child's place. You can't speak on what adults are talking about because you haven't matured to that level yet. You understand? Yes, you can have an opinion, and I might listen, but that doesn't mean you have the voice to say what you feel and it's correct because adults been through some stuff. If you haven't matured to that level yet, we're trying to protect you. And this is what I see with this lady's daughter too. I don't want that for my granddaughter. When my granddaughter comes over and she, yes, Mia, she's willing to help, that's what she's supposed to do. That's what her mother raises her to do. Open up the door for her grandmother. Help her grandmother get out the car if need be. You see, you guys, I walk with a walker and I walk with a cane. I am 65 years old. I haven't always done this, but now I do. That doesn't mean I can't get up and cook for her. I put her in the shower when she's here. I get her dressed. I talk to her about not letting people touch her body. Because, you know, little girls, if they're not shown little things, they think things are okay, and it's not. I want her to be mindful of her surroundings. I want her to be excited about going to school and learning, not about going to Disney World, and that's dumb stuff. That's stuff you get to do when you earn it, not because we're trying to bribe you to say this or that, or yeah, we'll take you here or there because I want you to stay in our family, keep that check. How about that? Yeah, you want to, my baby likes to be treated like a princess. Well, princesses, I tell her all the time, they need to be able to read and write, Mykah. That's the kind of conversations we have. You know, you can't ask her a question and she says, well, why should I? Because I told you so, that's why. And ain't no more questions asked about it, because I said so. Because I know what's right for you. And there you have it.
That, once again, isn't aggressive, especially the way we was raised, right, Tyra? Because you got me a generation before. See what I'm saying? I come from that generation. I knock your teeth out, and then when you pick that up, take my foot up out your ass. That's why we don't have criminal records.
That's right. My mother would give me a look. And that's all it took.
And I don't know about her generation, but after they did that, they would pick up the phone and tell you. Go ahead, call TCF if you want to. Man, you knew better to reach for that phone, right? And you knew you were wrong. Yeah.
I did it to my daughter. I did it to my daughter. That's right. That's right. So here we are, guys. My grandbaby's in the system, and I want her out because it's not fair for where she's at. It's not fair how she got there. No. I would have went and got my granddaughter if they would have gave me the opportunity to get her. I would have went and got her.
Which they didn't, because they already knew that it was somebody there. See what I'm saying, y'all? Like they did with my daughter. Here we are again, another person. You see, the other people didn't have people with balls or to keep pushing. They were the people that would be gullible and just take whatever the government say and just, whoop, that they love people like you. But people that ain't letting shit go, there's only one way that you can shut us up, and that's to get rid of us, because we ain't stopping. All right? We ain't stopping until we get what we need and what is promised to us. That's the bottom line. When I was in there and I made this family, where was you when the foundations of that being created in the book of Job? So I'm going to leave it with her with closing remarks. So I'm going to flip the screen. This is a serious situation. Thank you for taking the time. We got, Jaquasia, other things going on. God, I'm not going to say forbid, knows somebody else going to be on the line. What? BC be doing this? I'm going to have some more stuff. But we for the people. I just got to make the time. Because I do a lot. Not just because I'm on the camera don't mean I don't doing nothing. All right? So I've been promising her, and this is the time to do it. Not just on our end, y'all end. Like I say, y'all the ones that always put in the work, make the phone calls. Brandy Martin said something. I'm going to give her your number, because that's like a sister to me. She's good people for a long, long time.
Okay.
So she's going to talk to you. That's also one of the head candidates. Also, Lion Inspire, that is Melanie Lanehart running the Lioness tribe of Yahuda. It's just for strong women that get battered and weak. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like an a-hole. You know, I used to say, I was listening to the message one day for weak, battered women. I was like, that sounds disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? You the one going through it and you really know you ain't really weak. This, a situation just got you like that. So I try to reiterate myself. I was like, that hit me without nobody telling me. All right? So I like, that got to be the spirit. So it ain't that you weak, battered women. A situation make you like that. Like this situation.
Right.
All right? A man would be stressed the hell out if he was going through this with a child that he loved and he was by himself. All right? So it ain't nothing about no man and a woman. But for my sake, being a married man, I try to do the things that I need. If I need to be there, yeah, me and my wife will show up. You know what I'm saying? And she'll be like, why I gotta be there? Listen, nigga, just don't say nothing. Just be there. She don't care. She know me. So, you know what I'm saying? But I try to follow the rules, Don't give the room for the devil to play, And so I'm going to give her your number, Tyra. And maybe she might know some things and to help you. Maybe she might know some people in Cali. You know what I'm saying? Hoping, for the best, because we're not going to give up. We might be back on with some more messages. She might think of something and snap back and might want to talk, But I do these to help people's souls. We're telling you embarrassing moments, embarrassing things that one wouldn't even tell their own sister and brother. All right? Because the family going to give a shit about this. I said, why you call me? We did. All right. I ain't going there, Tyra. I ain't going there. So, but she told me, and I was on the case. Now, Tyra, just like her mom, I'm a stranger. See, it's best to hear it from me. You see from Sawa, that's her blood. You be like, man. She took me in like we was together, bro. I had nowhere to go. All right. She loved their Sawa. She could have just said, well, like some other we know, quote, quote. The kids and you, but not him. Tyler was never like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, she made a nigga feel like I known her all my life. You know what I'm saying? And I told her that day, I will never forget you, cuz. You know what I'm saying? All this going on, yada, yada, yada. You just came in like Captain Saberhole, scoop a nigga up like scoops the chips, Y'all gotta remind me, in a serious situation, I try to act stupid to be funny. But I'm so for real, though. I'm serious. It's a true story. All right? And so, her, Jamar, and a couple of other family members of my wife's side. You know what I'm saying? Ain't it Remy? Wait, help me out, cuz? Oh, man, he just like me, but he was doing it in the streets. Oh, man, he had the dreads and cut it, tried the beamer. Help me out, cuz. What's his name? The Peters, man, I gotta ask my wife now. I feel bad, man. Start with an R. Is it Remy? I want to make sure I say the right one. Buddy. Ooh, he gonna get me for that one. El Garb, y'all. Saladin Hassan, and the mosque over there in Hamden. All right. All of them, they're brothers. That's what I'm trying to get to. Right? So everybody know what I'm talking about, man. My brain. All right. But these folks took me in and never was no division. I just went up there in Connecticut and seen him. Man. Cuz, what's Khalil, Remy, and I was with El Garb, y'all. El Garb cooked some good chicken, y'all. I was messing ass chicken up, boy. Every time I go, I'm gonna bug him about cooking some chicken. So we was all out there, all right? And he said, boop, keep doing what you doing. I was like, man, what you talking about? He was like, that online, man. He said, I'll be watching you. I watch you. He always encourage a nigga. Though we might appear like we different, we not. We got the same intent of the heart. So that's why I come on. I was like, cuz, any of them can call me. I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? I might be late. I I'll be there. Them have your back. Everybody know about that about me online, man. It ain't that I'm a late person. I just be going along straight down the path to you. And along that path, I got to pick up others. Now I be like, oh, mess with the time. I'm supposed to be over here, man. Y'all, hey, man. It happened, bro. I'm just telling y'all the truth. So, turn it over to Miss Tucker. Closing remarks. Love you, cuz. It's on you. Just tell me to hit the end button when you're ready.
I love you, cousin, as well. I just want to say thank you for listening to me. If you know of anyone that can help me and help my family, you can reach out again to BC, and he could relay the message to me, because he knows my phone number. And I really appreciate it. And I hope to hear from somebody soon. And keep us in prayer. Keep us in prayer, please.
Number one key thing that she has been saying throughout this live, staying spiritual. Thank you, cuz.
Thank you. I
love you big time all the time.
big time all the time. That's right. That's right.